Hi, welcome to Data Engineering channel. This video is in language English, and if you want the same video in Telugu and Tamil, you can find the link in the description box of this video. Myself, Gautam, I work as a senior data engineer in a leading product-based company. In this Data Engineering 2.0 master course, we are going to discuss lots of data-related technologies and on-demand data engineering technologies. Okay, let's get into the topic. So I will explain you the data engineering roadmap in a very easy and simple way, and no blah blah stuff, no fancy tech stack or no hype, right? So whatever it's really needed to the industry and what exactly that you have to focus is what I'm going to cover. Okay. So this website, like table not found, so this particular data engineering roadmap, whatever I'm going to show you is available in my website, tablenotfound.com, and the link is also there in the description box of this video. Okay, just click data engineering and you will find the things that you have to learn. So Linux is the very first one. Just click Linux. So in Linux, you have two things to focus: file handling and processing handling. There are so much things to cover in Linux, but for now, you can start with file handling and process handling. So why Linux? Okay, Linux is just an operating system, right? Like Windows and Mac. Right. So your office laptop could be Mac OS or your office laptop could be a Windows OS. But the thing is, the service that your project which is running, your data engineering project or data project or AI project, the service in which these projects are running is Linux. Because Linux is free, that is one of the top reason why people use Linux instead of some other OS for their service. So the entire project has been deployed in Linux service, and that's why we need to know Linux. So how much level of commands or the stuff that I have to learn in Linux? For that question, the answer is, see, imagine I'm just giving you a Linux laptop for a full day, for your whole day. And whatever the commands that is going to be useful for me to communicate with that Linux for the whole day. And that level of learning is enough. And that's why I say go for file handling and process handling commands only. So when you click this file handling and you will see these much commands, right? So they are so simple and easy to learn as well. So these are the commands that you have to learn. And I'm making all the videos, whatever I'm going to show you here, I'm just in process of making all those videos, right? So by the time you can check the description box of this video, if the links are available, then the videos are there for sure. Or else please wait, I'll be uploading those videos soon. So the next thing is process handling. So these are the commands for the process handling that you have to prepare, and it's very easy, right? Okay, so now the Linux is done. Next, SQL. SQL is the most important thing that we have to know before we get into data engineering, right? So SQL is almost everything in data engineering. Any data engineering component you take, SQL is very important, right? So we do, as a data engineers, we also do codings like Python, Java, Scala, but still SQL is a main backbone for data engineering. So what are all the commands and the concepts that you have to learn is select, insert, update, delete, aggregation, subquery, CT, indexing, window functions, constraints, and transactions. These are the very important and foremost things that you have to learn. So in SQL, in data engineering, we don't use triggers or stored procedure, and that's why like I'm not added that topic in the SQL list. Fine. So this is for SQL. And the next thing is programming languages. So you can pick any coding like Java or Scala also. Preferably, I used to prefer Python because Python has been supported in most of the big data components and technologies and solutions. We have Python support, and even in AI, people use Python a lot, right? And that's why I just added Python here. So not just Python, you pick any programming language. These are the concepts are very important. Oops. Functional programming, exception handling, file handling, basic data structures like map, set, list, and stack and queue. JDBC connectivity, this is just to know how to connect the database with your coding, and that's why we are learning it. And variables, data types, data frames are very much important. Okay, next, big data. If you say that you are a data engineer, people will have an assumption that you should know big data also.
That's how market expects from us. And when you say that you are a data engineer, and as I told you, market will assume that you know big data also when you say data engineering. And again, when you say that you know big data, again, market will assume that you should know Hadoop and Spark by default. You can take any job description in data engineering. Just go to LinkedIn jobs and check any job description. You will see Hadoop and Spark repeatedly mentioned in the job descriptions. So in big data, we have so much of solutions, but the top leading solutions that you should learn always is Hadoop and Spark. So in Hadoop, we have so many components. Okay, so Hadoop has such a solution under which we have so many components, and combination of these components we called Hadoop. And we do have like 10 plus components, but the main thing that you have to focus is HDFS, Hive, and Scoop. And then Spark. Even in Spark also, we have so much components. The one which you have to focus is RDD, data frame, Spark SQL, and Spark streaming, right? So this is with respect to big data. And the next one is cloud. So in cloud also, we have like data technologies. There are so much of categorization is there in cloud for web, AI, data. You have to just focus on the data part, and you can take the top 3 leaders in the cloud, which is AWS, GCP, Azure. And I'm not saying you that you have to learn all of these 3. It's not like that. You can pick any one for now. For example, if you take AWS, the 2 data services that you have to focus in AWS is EMR and Athena. So EMR is nothing but the Hadoop and Spark provided by AWS is named as EMR, and Athena their own SQL based service. And then in GCP we have Dataproc. So similar to EMR, in GCP we call it as Dataproc. It's again Hadoop and Spark managed service, and we have a SQL service, BigQuery, and in Azure also we have Synapse and HT Insight. So you pick any one and then you learn it. For example, if you take GCP, just learn Dataproc and BigQuery. See, the main thing is Linux, SQL, Python, and Hadoop and Spark is the main focus for you. It has to be the main focus. If you are stepping into data engineering and you want to learn big data, these are the first 4 tech stack that you have to focus. Cloud, you can keep it optional. Only after you complete these 4, and then only you have to think about touching cloud for preparation, right? Else don't ever like touch before completing any of this. Don't touch this. Just complete all these 4 and then you have to get into it. And then Airflow. So Airflow is a scheduler tool which helps you to schedule your jobs. For example, so you have like a big data job which has been like a Spark job or Hadoop job. You have to run it for every day, morning 9 a.m. and then evening 6 p.m. You have to schedule it, and you need to create a dependency like the second job should run only after the first job get complete. So such dependency check and scheduling you can do with Airflow. And then finally, AI for data engineers. So AI is something that a data engineer can also work with, because we do have AI requirements in data engineering world as well. So with respect to AI, you should know how MCP works and how to create an MCP, what is RAG, and how to make use of open source models, and how to like install it and configure it and run it with the data set. So you should trust me, guys. This is the solid roadmap to become a data engineer. And when you just focus on this roadmap, you will feel data engineering is very easy, and you will be getting more confidence, because some people used to throw some random roadmaps for data engineering with some fancy data tech stacks, and then with some overhyped data tech stacks by some of the data influencers. Okay, so this is the solid roadmap. You have to trust me, because I do have a lot of success stories from my audience just by watching my YouTube videos only. You can find all that post in my status in my Instagram page, and in my history of Instagram stories you can find that, right? Because I am a person, my teaching style will be always focused on fundamentals, and what is actually needed for the industry is what I will always prefer to make a course or a YouTube video. And I don't have any paid courses, and people used to just learn from my YouTube video only. And so you will feel data engineering is very easy to learn as well, right? Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. If you really like this video, please do share your learning experience in a LinkedIn as a post and tag me in that. And please don't forget to subscribe my channel. And I have shared my LinkedIn and Instagram profile link in the description box of this video, where you can follow me. And I'm there to teach you data engineering in a very easy and simple way. Don't worry. Not just data engineering master course, I even have Python master course, SQL master course, and Linux master course, and many other master courses available in my YouTube channel. Please go and have a look. Once again, thanks for watching, guys.